All right, so what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube. It's Chills. My last Manor House video, Nade video, was a hit, so I figured might as well keep the series going. Here we are at Liberation, probably the most popular map in the game. Not saying it's the best map in the game, but it is definitely one of the popular ones. Lib and Coast, I would say Lib edges out Coast a little bit, but anyway, this is one of the most popular maps in the game, so here we go. Let's learn some nades, let's learn some smokes, and let's educate ourselves a little bit and become better players. So, without further ado, let's go. Obviously, everybody knows that B is the main site to hit on this map. You can do it in many different ways. You can take B long control, you can take yellow and just kind of hold, wait for pigs, have a lurker and mark it or something. Or you can rush it as a team. So I would only advise a B rush if you know that the enemy is smoking or the defenders are smoking Ivy Arch. That way when you're running through here, you don't have to worry about this angle. Also, you should only do a B rush if you know the enemies don't have nades. So if you're keeping track of their eco and they're weak or whatever, and you know they can't afford nades, that's when you do a B rush. There is a way to smoke upper that I throw personally, to smoke it up, to smoke upper super quick. So by the time you get through Ivy Arch, by the time you get through it B long and yellow, it'll already be bloom, so you don't have to worry about it. So what I do for that smoke is I come right here, I start throwing my nade at the box, but I'm sprinting by the time I get there like this, and just kind of sprint, jump, throw over the house like that. Bruh. You don't want to throw it too high, also to go too far. So make sure it's a little bit lower like that. And it should land upper perfectly just like that every single time. As long as you don't throw it too high, it should land on upper. So that's a really good smoke to throw if you're obviously hitting B fast. But you want to know many upper smokes. You want to be able to smoke upper for your team whenever, or as fast as possible whenever they need it. So you want to know multiple smokes. Obviously you have that one from there that I throw if I'm like, say I'm scoping mid or whatever and they need an upper smoke, I'll rotate and throw that real quick. Or if I'm just like chilling watching the Ivy flank, I come over here to this corner, I aim at this dot in the sky, or this dot in the sky right here, and I jump throw. Alright, that smokes upper as well. There's also a nade you can pair up with that, so if you jump throw upper smoke, you can pair it up with a half wall nade that bounces right there and blows up at half wall, so anybody's playing that position is going to be dead. Or if they're not, obviously it clears the position for you so you know that they're not there. So that's my first two upper smokes. For my last one, if I'm B long, come to this corner with the barrels, aim at this leaf, and just throw. That'll smoke up upper perfectly for you guys. I've tested it out. If the enemy comes to that corner, they can't see you. They're full gray, so it should be good. I also know my arch smoke from here as well. So what I do, I hold my grenade out, take my left crosshair and put it in between these two white bricks and throw. This smoke is really good because it not only does it smoke off arch, but it smokes off dark as well. And if you have a nade combo, you can throw a nade after you throw the smoke to blow up anybody that's in dark. I'll teach you that in a second, but it's really good to know a smoke know this kind of an arch smoke so that you can kind of get that bomb down and fall back and play post plants. But yeah, I'll throw that arch smoke and I can pair it up with this grenade. I come to this corner right here. It's kind of faded, but there's a cloud right here. I take the top of my crosshair and put it in like halfway into that cloud and throw. That'll blow up right inside of dark. If you throw it just a tad higher, it's a little bit better. It'll blow up like right in the center, so anybody playing like over here or they're waiting here, they're gonna die either way. I also know an upper nade and an apples nade from this spot as well, so if I'm throwing one of those smokes, I'll pair it up with one of these nades. For the apples nade, I take the bottom of my crosshair and put it at the dot in the sky right here, this little dot. Bro, make sure, guys, by the way, I had a lot of people asking me, I can't see the clouds that you're aiming at. I don't know what it is. These are my settings. Okay, some of you guys might think I'm fucking crazy for playing on these kind of settings, but I spent a whole day just going through making sure my settings were right for me. It's all preference, how you're able to focus. But if you guys want to know my settings, To be able to see the clouds, I can show you guys right here. Sky fade is important to have on 0. So if you have this on 10, I hit apply. I mean, it's not really that bad, but you can't see the clouds as good. So if I put this down, back down to 0, actually it doesn't do the same thing as it used to. But I play with it on 0, and that's how I'm able to see all the clouds and stuff like that. So if you guys are struggling to find the clouds, try and adjust your settings. Sky fade is a big one, obviously, and see if whatever works for you. Anyway, moving on. So I throw this apples nade, right? I already taught you guys that. And then I also know an upper nade. Wait, what's the other nade I know for the spot? Oh, my upper nade is from this corner, so I know obviously you have that dark nade like this, right? Then I throw an upper nade from the same spot as well. I come here and I aim right in this. You see this little divot in the cloud? I aim right at the point. Just throw. It should bounce right through the window. Like that. That's my upper nade that I throw. I don't really throw that nade too often because if people are smoked off upper, like, usually they'll just fall back. So you almost don't even want to waste your nade on that spot. If you know, like, a post plant nade, that'll be better to hang on to, because if this is smoked off, right? It's smart for the defender. Like, there's 2 plays the defender can make. If he holds onto a nade, he can throw a nade for bomb, right? Or if he doesn't have a nade, a lot of people, like, I don't really agree with this play. You really want to try this, like, by playing off your teammates. So if you have a teammate on site or in dark, you can communicate with him, or you can just wait for him to make contact, and that's when you push through the smoke on stairs. So let me rethrow this smoke. But like, they might try and like push through the smoke like this, so you have to be aware of that. But like I said, I usually don't throw an upper nade. I would rather save it for post plant. But I think that's pretty much all the nades we should know. We covered half wall, we covered dark, arch, upper, apples. That's pretty much all the smokes and nades you know, or smokes and nades you need to know for B site. Moving on over towards mid, there is a couple nades I throw from mid. So early rounds, I might throw this nade occasionally if I'm trying to take market. So I come through here and I aim to the left side of this little blue sky, and I literally just sprint throw. That'll bounce right over broken wall, and the timing is like perfect. If that person's trying to climb over the broken wall or jump over the broken wall, it'll either hit him or he'll run right into it and it blows up. So it's a pretty good nade to throw. I also if I try to take market control, there's a couple things I like to do. If I'm on a lurk roll and say my team is going B, sometimes I'll toss this smoke here as I'm running through church. I'll toss that smoke, and if I'm lurking, I'll kind of just wait and chill, maybe behind car, mix it up a little bit or whatever, and I'll wait for this smoke to fade. If he pushes through, obviously that's an easy kill. He shouldn't be pushing through the smoke, but you know, in pubs and stuff like that, people do that. So I'll wait for that smoke to fade, and then I'll try and take market control after if I'm lurking. But this smoke is also good to throw if you're taking like an A. If you're doing an A execute, you can have one person come up here, throw that smoke, and take green control. That way, the rest of your teammates that are taking A don't have to worry about bottom green. But if I'm trying to take market control, like say we're just playing, like we're spreading out across the map, we're playing default, playing picks or whatever, and you want to take map control. So market is huge map control to take. It's kind of like back in Manor House, I said logs was really important to take as an offense. It's the same thing for market. You can do a lot of things if you have somebody on offense playing inside a market. So to help me take market control, I'll come to this corner and just toss a grenade up at this cloud. That's a really strong nade to throw for market, because it's pretty rare that anybody on defense actually plays this angle. Like, sometimes you'll have somebody play it, but usually if people are trying to defend market, they'll come up on top of this little step here, just hold this head glitch, or they'll play like this corner or something, and that nade will get rid of both of those positions. So that's a really good nade to throw for market control. And if you are in market as an offender, like, if you take market control, don't try and do too much with it. You gotta know when to make a play. If you have market control within the first like 20 to 30 seconds of the round, you can just chill. Like, if you just chill and hold market, so many people love to push through market as a defense and try and flank if they're going B or A. So if you just hold the control of this, you are almost guaranteed to net a kill here. So once you take this, just hold. Just don't try and do too much. I see people all the time just trying to do make more out of the situation than they need to, if that makes any sense. Anyway, moving on to A, there really isn't a lot of nades you can throw for A site. If you're doing an execute, I like to throw this nade. Literally aim, come to this corner, aim right here, and just sprint, jump, throw. That'll get rid of the doghouse position for you guys, so you guys know nobody's there or whatever. It's a really popular spot for people to play. And then the one smoke that I like to throw for this, I think it's the only really necessary smoke for A, is I come to the corner right here, right in front of the Jeep, and oops, sorry, and I aim at the divot in the cloud here and just sprint throw. And that should land just like that. And that'll block off anybody trying to play that cubby. Can't see through it from here. So this obviously blocks off spawn street and lane. So if you have somebody doing, like I said, in market, throwing that smoke and getting upper green, you don't have to worry about bottom green, because they can come down the stairs and hold it for you. And even if somebody bottom green does get the kill on you, this guy is going to trade him out immediately. So I wouldn't even be worried about green if you have somebody going green for you. Anyway, you throw that smoke, you rush a site, you know the deal. Have somebody throw that doghouse nade as well, and you're good to go. You're good to go. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything for Liberation, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for checking it out. I appreciate you very much. Hopefully you learned something. Again, I love you. I appreciate you. It's chills. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Peace.